Ethan had always dreamed of being an internet celebrity. Not just any celebrity, he wanted to be the guy who combined charisma, charm, and the magic of food into one irresistible livestream. His friends called him ambitious, his parents called him a little overconfident, and his cat, Muffin, called him an annoying human. But Ethan didn't care. Tonight was his big night, the premiere of his first official cooking livestream, titled Ethan's Epic Eats, The Rise of the Pan. He had spent the whole afternoon setting up. Camera angles were tested, lighting was adjusted, and the microphone had been meticulously positioned to capture every sizzle and stir. He even arranged the ingredients in neat little bowls, each labeled with a tiny handwritten note. Salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and most importantly olive oil. Ethan was ready, or so he thought. He pressed the Go Live button, and within seconds, viewers began to trickle in. "Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of Ethan's Epic Eats," he announced, waving enthusiastically. "Tonight we're making my signature spaghetti aglio e olio. Trust me, you're going to love it." Comments flooded in. "Oh my god, hi Ethan. Finally, a cooking show that looks fun. Can't wait to see the magic happen." Ethan grinned. This was it. His fame was just a few stirs away. He began with flair, chopping garlic with exaggerated precision. "Always slice against the grain," he said to the camera, nodding seriously. "It makes all the difference." Viewers typed emojis of clapping hands and fire, their excitement palpable. Ethan leaned into the energy, sprinkling salt dramatically over the garlic. Then came the olive oil. Ethan poured it into the pan with a flourish, tilting the bottle for maximum cinematic effect. He could almost hear the sizzle in his head. Added the garlic, stirred and waited for that golden, fragrant aroma to fill the kitchen. But nothing happened. Ethan muttered. He leaned closer to the pan, sniffing, tilting it, even poking it with his spatula. Interesting. The olive oil needs a little more. Heat, comments exploded. Is it supposed to smoke? I think you forgot something, Ethan. Turn on the stove. Ethan laughed nervously. Oh, it's just a slow start, letting the flavors mingle. Culinary patience is key. He gave a confident wink to the camera, but inside panic was simmering. He checked the knob. Nothing. He turned it up, still nothing. Folks, he said, his voice slightly trembling. We might be experimenting with a new cold garlic technique, very avant-garde. The chat blew up with laughing emojis and sarcastic comments. Avant-garde, sure? Epic eats? Or epic fail? Ethan desperately tried to salvage the situation. He grabbed his phone and pretended to read fan questions. Yes, Martha from Ohio asks, do you always cook your spaghetti this way? Yes, Martha. Absolutely. It's my patented zero-heat method. He forced a chuckle and stirred the garlic, which stubbornly refused to brown. Muffin the cat jumped onto the counter, sniffing the motionless pan, clearly unimpressed. Time passed. Viewers were still watching, some out of loyalty. Others out of sheer curiosity to see how long Ethan could go without lighting the stove. He added spaghetti to the pot. Water still cold. Perfectly al dente. Eventually he quipped, sweating slightly. The comments escalated. This is the most relaxing water boil I've ever seen. Are we watching a cooking show or a meditation stream? Finally, the moment of truth came. Ethan realized his mistake. He stared at the stove, then at the pan, then at the camera, and muttered, oh no. He turned the knob, a small click. Suddenly heat rose and the oil began to sizzle. Garlic popped. Aromas filled the room. Ethan blinked, a mix of relief and embarrassment washing over him. The chat erupted with laughter and emojis of fire and crying faces. He tried to play it off smoothly. Ah yes, the flavors are finally awakening, he said, forcing a dramatic sniff of the garlic. This, my friends, is why timing is everything in cooking. Viewers weren't buying it, they were too busy laughing. Clips of his initial cold garlic fiasco began circulating immediately. When You Forget the Stove But Keep Streaming went viral on TikTok within minutes. By the end of the live stream, Ethan had salvaged something resembling dinner. The spaghetti was cooked, the garlic golden, and the olive oil glossy. He plated it with the kind of dramatic flourish only an influencer could manage. Voila, Ethan's Epic Eats. Cold Start Edition, he said, grinning weakly. Bon AP. After the stream ended, Ethan slumped into a chair, exhausted. Muffin jumped onto his lap, licking his fingers in solidarity. He scrolled through the comments, hilarious, mocking, supportive, and viral. Sure, the stream hadn't gone as planned, but one thing was clear: he was famous now. Not for culinary mastery, but for turning a forgetful mistake into a comedy spectacle. Ethan learned 2 lessons that night. Always check that the stove is on. And sometimes, mistakes are the fastest route to internet stardom.